What's up, guys? Shaker out, and I'll come back at you in another video. Today, I'm coming back at you with my 2022 wide receiver rankings for the 2022 NFL Draft. Really excited for this video. I've spent too much time trying to make this video. Let's hop into the video. These are the top 15 receivers. I felt like making 15. I probably could have done 20, but, didn't end up making that happen. But let's hop into this, because there are 15 receivers. At number 15, I have Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver from South Alabama. I think Jalen Tolbert's a pretty good player. He's definitely a smaller school guy at South Alabama, but this guy makes some crazy catches. I think he has some great hands. The route running, to me, is not special. I definitely like his frame as well. He's like 6'3", so I definitely don't hate Jalen Tolbert. Bo Melton's a guy who I know a lot of people like. So, I put him on this list. I think Bo Melton's a decent player. He had a ton of offers from higher school guys, like Ohio State even, would have recruited him. Imagine him in that receiving corps. But he wanted to stay home at Rutgers, which definitely shows a lot of character. But he's not a bad player. He's a really good playmaker. He has great speed as well. Ran 4.3s, I think. And it was definitely limited due to being the Rutgers production isn't there, but I think he's definitely a pretty good playmaker. The Rutgers competition, playing in the Big Ten, even though them not being all that competitive, I definitely don't hate Bo Melton. At 13, we have Wan'Dale Robinson, the wide receiver from Kentucky. This is a guy who has fantastic hands. This guy will catch anything that comes his way. Is a bit undersized. Will play the slot probably. Has pretty good speed, and is really just an ultimate playmaker for the Kentucky offense. A lot of guys are sleeping on this guy. At number 12, I have Calvin Austin. The issue with this guy is that he's 5'6", and he is going to get dominated because of his size. 5'6" is very small to play in the NFL, but he has fantastic speed. One of the fastest guys coming out of this draft class. Great route runner. He's not going to be like a Tutu Atwell for you where he's not going to catch the football. This guy is a great route runner and has pretty good hands as far as I'm concerned. I definitely think Calvin Austin is a top receiver in this draft class. I think he's being a little bit slept on due to his 5'6" height. At number 11, we have Christian Watson, the wide receiver from North Dakota State. I personally think Christian Watson is going to be a pretty good player due to the size and rare athleticism. This guy is 6'4", 6'5", and he can fly. My issue with him, he's not a great route runner, and there are definitely some drops in his tape. But the routes are good, but the route tree is limited. Due to being in North Dakota State, there was really a limited route tree, which will scare teams off definitely a little bit. But I'm not scared off of Christian Watson. I think he's going to be a great player due to the rare athleticism that he has. At number 10 is David Bell. I'm not really sure what I feel about this guy because he's just solid. He comes in, has pretty good hands, pretty good route running, but he's just average at everything. Like, you don't see anything great with him. You don't see anything real bad with him. He's going to be Mr. Consistent for an offense. He's going to be a quarterback's best friend. And quarterbacks, you're definitely going to love David Bell, the wide receiver out of Purdue. Now that we're in the top 10, the receivers are definitely going to get a lot better. So I really think these top 9 guys are better than the rest. So let's hop into this. At 9, we have Skye Moore, the wide receiver from Western Michigan. Skye Moore is fantastic. He's a fantastic route runner, has great hands, and his hands are oven mitts. This guy, his hands are massive. He will catch the football with a great job. Like, His hands are so big. Playing for a smaller school might hurt him a little bit. It's kind of weird to see a wide receiver wearing 24, but I'm not complaining. But Sky Moore is an exception. He's a great player. A little bit undersized might hurt him, but I don't think it should hurt Sky Moore. I think Sky Moore is a fantastic player. And number 8, we got George Pickens, wide receiver from Georgia. This is a guy who could have potentially been wide receiver 1 if it weren't for injury. But I don't think injury should scare off these teams. I think George Pickens is a great player. 6'3", has got the launch speed, and is a great run blocker due to the size. In the run game, this is a powerful man. His hands are great. His route running is great. Concerns with him are injury, as he has been injured in the past. He basically missed the entirety of this past college football season. A little bit of character concerns, but I don't think so. I think George Pickens is a great player. At number 7, we got John Metchie. This is a guy who people are sleeping on, in my opinion. He's one of my favorite route runners in this draft, in my opinion. I think John Metchie is a great player. Has great route running, great hands. I think decently great speed, and plays for Alabama. And if you get on Alabama's football team, that means you're a great player. John Metchie did get on Alabama's football team, and has been a great player for these past 2 seasons for him. Maybe should have stayed in school. There is the injury concern that he might not be back due to getting injured in the SEC championship. But I think John Metchie is a great player. He's going to be really, really good at the next level. At number 6, we got Treylon Burks, the wide receiver from Arkansas. This guy's a playmaker. I might think he's slightly worse than a lot of people are making him up to be, as he's not as fast as we thought he was. I don't think he's that great of a route runner, and he definitely drops the ball a decent amount. But this guy's an ultimate playmaker. When you get the football in his hands, he's going to do a lot with it. With the big frame, could have potentially been like Deebo Samuel is a good comparison, but like the speed, I don't think is there. But what I do think is there is an AJ Brown comparison, where he's going to beat you physically, and then he will get the yardage after catch, which a lot of teams will definitely like. I believe he had, I'm not certain. Never mind, I'm not going to say it because I'm not that certain. But going to Arkansas might hurt his stock a little bit. I'm not so sure. I don't think it really will, though. And number 5 is Jahan Dotson. This is a guy that a lot of people are sleeping on, in my opinion. I think Jahan Dotson is a great player. He's undersized, but he goes out of his frame to catch the football. And that's what you want to see. Like, if you're undersized, but you go outside your frame to catch the football, what's the issue with being undersized? It's really confusing to me, but I think Jahan Dotson is a great player. I think 5 is a really solid spot for him. Has got the speed, I think the teams won't be too scared about. I think he's a great route runner as well. I think he's for sure going to be a great player at the next level. At number 4, the first of 2 Ohio State receivers on this list, I got Chris Olabe. I think Olabe is fantastic. Has been super solid for Ohio State in his 4 years with the team. As you guys know, I'm an Ohio State fan, and I love Olabe. Comes in, plays every week. Probably could have came out as a junior and been phenomenal in the NFL, but he wanted to stay in college, win a national championship. Fortunately, Ohio State did not get that done. But Chris Olabe, he's got the heart, man. It's there. He's got the speed that's there. One of the best route runners in this draft. That's there. The only issue with him is the physicality downfield, but I really don't think it's an issue. When he got his route running, his speed, he will get open. The hands, I don't really think are a concern. I think Chris Olave is just a fantastic player. At number 3, we got Drake London. A lot of people might not agree with this, but I don't think he's better than the top 2 receivers on this list, which might sound a bit poor, but like Drake London's a pretty good route runner. My issue with him is that the long speed probably isn't there. That's my only really real concern with Drake London. But I think the hands are there, and the main strength with him is his size. 6'4", 6'5" guy. Go up and get the football, and has great hands. The route tree may be a bit of concern. He can play slot, can play outside. I definitely do not hate Drake London at all, but maybe I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. At number 2, I got Jameson Williams, former Ohio State player, and just to think that three of the top 4 receivers in this class played at Ohio State at one point in time. Absolutely crazy, but if it weren't for injury, Jameson Williams would be a ton higher on people and teams' draft boards. He's got the speed, he's got the route running, and he's got the hands. Don't sleep on this guy, man. He's like really skinny though, I've noticed. Like when he plays the football game, he's very skinny and can potentially cause injury. Did get injured in the college football championship game. Might not be back for the regular season, but I think he will. It's like recovery's like ahead of schedule or something. So I definitely don't hate James Williams at all. I have him at receiver 2. And at receiver 1, I have Garrett Wilson, my wide receiver from Ohio State. He's got everything you want in a football player. He's got the physicality. He's got the speed. He's got the hands. He's got the route running. He's got the yards after catch. He's a physical guy. I don't think Garrett Wilson is a bad player at all. And I have him at receiver 1. Went to Ohio State. People might say I'm biased, but a lot of other people have him as receiver 1. I do not think it's biased whatsoever. I stated my case why he's receiver 1. Hope you guys enjoyed the video of my top 15 receivers in the 2022 NFL Draft. Put a lot of time and effort into this, so drop a like, subscribe. I'm going to try to get out my edge rushers rankings next week, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I will see you guys next video.